Let them speak. Review. Patterns 8. Please repeat or answer. Who had the chance to see them? What did you have the opportunity to show him? Doesn't he tend to talk too much? Who tended to lie a lot? Who saw you get it? Who did you see get it? What did he pretend to like? Who almost ran away? What did she almost give him? Didn't you see him giving it to her? Who heard you crying? Who will they tend to like the most? Does she tend to smile all the time? Who had the opportunity to tell them? Didn't you have the opportunity to go to the wedding? Doesn't she tend to eat meat at dinner? Who does she pretend to love? Do you tend to take the bus the most? Who saw him getting on the bus? Did you hear the bus go by? Who tends to like tight clothes? Where did they almost have an accident? Doesn't she tend to ride a bike to work? When did she almost see him? Does he tend to go to church a lot? Who pretended to pay for him? Who pretended to pray for him? Don't they tend to eat Chinese food the most? When did you hear them talking? When did you get the chance to make it for her? Did you get an opportunity to ride the horse? Who tends to listen to bachata music a lot? Didn't she have the chance to take the test? Does he tend to do well on tests? What did you have the chance to eat there? Have you had the chance to tell them? Have you seen her cooking before? Do the Koreans tend to eat a lot of seafood? Did he pretend to speak Korean? Where did they pretend to go last night? Did you have the opportunity to dance with her? Who pretended to sing with them? Did she pretend to be nice to him? Did you have the chance to try his food? Do their clothes tend to be expensive? Does that hotel tend to be too pricey? Didn't she have a chance to try on the clothes? Who tends to do it the best? Doesn't he tend to spend too much money? Didn't you see them making the ice cream? Did you see him go into the bathroom? Does she tend to dress well? Didn't she get the chance to try on the new dress? Did you pretend to like her dress? Did she pretend to be old? Who saw them kissing? Where does he tend to take a nap? Who almost went to talk to her? Did he pretend to talk on the phone? Who got the opportunity to try that Korean food? Do you tend to get a good tan at the beach? Who pretended to like his speech? Who saw him bring it in? Didn't you hear her get out of bed? Does she pretend to cry in front of him? Who did you see go in the restaurant? Does he tend to sleep well at night? Where did he pretend to travel to? Didn't they hear you complaining? Who saw them arguing? Does she tend to argue with him a lot? Did she pretend not to know? Who heard them talking? Who saw you not working? Did you see her put on the makeup? Does she tend to speak softly? What did she pretend to fix? Who heard him saying that? When did he get a chance to eat supper? Where did he pretend to sleep? Who saw him playing on the computer? Did she almost invite them? What do you see her making? What does she tend to cook for lunch? Who pretends to know everything? When will you get an opportunity to investigate it? When did she hear them apologizing? Did he pretend to be 21 years old? Didn't they almost throw it away? What did she almost cut? Who had the chance to contact her? Where have you seen them playing basketball? Does he tend to upset her a lot? Where did he almost move to? Can't you hear them explaining that? When will he have the chance to return that? Won't he see you going in there? Didn't they almost fall asleep? What did she almost forget? When did he have the opportunity to take a look at it? Didn't she pretend to take the medicine? Does she tend to take long showers? Did she almost fall in the shower? Do you hear him taking a shower? Who saw him throwing it away? Does he tend to go swimming in the morning? Did you get the chance to visit her? Does he tend to take too many vitamins? Who almost saw you doing it? Who got the opportunity to get on the early plane? Will you be able to hear her sing there? Do you plan to hear her give the talk? What did you get the chance to teach them? Did he pretend to keep sleeping? Did you see him begin working? Who had the chance to talk to her? What will he have the chance to get there? Did they have the chance to go to the concert? Did you hear her complaining to them? Does he tend to gain weight in the winter? Did you get the chance to exercise with her? Did he almost lose 10 pounds? When did you hear them building that house? Did you see her acting in the movie? Did you have the chance to be there in the evening? Did you see him looking at him? Did you hear her talking on the phone? What did he see you reading? Did you get the opportunity to travel there? What did she get the chance to get at the store? Who did you see him kissing? Does she tend to get up late in the morning? Does he tend to snore? Did she pretend to hold his hand? Who almost smiled at you? Will you have an opportunity to ride in the boat with him? Didn't he pretend to look away? Did he pretend to be rich? Does she pretend not to like him? Did you see him hit him? Did he almost get out of bed? Who does she tend to impress a lot? Did they pretend to be in love? Did you almost fall in love with him? Does she tend to buy a lot of fruit? Did they almost go out to eat there? Does she tend to always have long hair? Does he tend to be impolite? Did you see her getting on the plane? Who got the opportunity to get a kiss from her? When did she have the chance to explain it? Does she tend to ride her bike to work? Who almost fell off of the bike? Did he pretend to have a lot of money? Who heard you doing it? Where did she have an opportunity to earn more money? Did you see them being nice to him? Doesn't she tend to listen to bachata music? Where does she tend to cook the most? What does he tend to barbecue? Didn't they pretend to enjoy it? Does she tend to like going to museums? Where did you hear her explaining it to the kids? Did you see the kids trying on shoes at the store? When will you see him come back? Who had the chance to get it from her? Did they pretend to like each other? Does he tend to play golf on the weekend? What did you hear him opening? What did you see him throwing away? What could you hear her doing? Who had the opportunity to see it first? Doesn't she tend to wear expensive jewelry? Does she tend to wear expensive jewelry? Does he tend to put on sunglasses outside? Who almost told her? Does she tend to have a large vegetable garden? Did they pretend to work hard? What did she almost drop? Doesn't he tend to watch a lot of TV? When did he hear you coming in the back door? Did she pretend to be scared? Does she tend to be afraid of dogs? Did you hear the dogs barking next door? Where does he tend to go out drinking at night? Did you see her drinking beer or iced tea? Do you have the chance to go out dancing a lot? Do their children tend to be happy? Doesn't he see you doing it? Didn't you see her coming out of the bank? Didn't you see her come out of the bank? Doesn't he tend to read the paper at breakfast? Does he tend to have a lot of fun there? What did you hear her doing in the garage? Didn't you see him sweeping the floor? Doesn't she tend to drink wine the most? Did he almost get drunk last night? Don't you see them playing soccer? Who didn't have the chance to check it out? Where did he have the opportunity to take a nap? Did you hear her speaking English?